Take a moment to consider once again all the things that you have learned, you have seen, you have studied. Methods of achieving happiness. Right from your childhood, go back to the first memory you have of doing something that made you happy. To the present day. What did you do last weekend? What did you do last year? Where did you go last year? What did you do on your holiday? What are some of your hobbies? What are the things you do for fun? What makes you happy? If for all of these questions, your answers are things that are conditional, are things that require effort, activity, and endeavor, my oh my, do you not see a problem? Is it not all conditional happiness? And wherever there is conditional happiness, don't you see there's a problem? It is only as long as those conditions remain true. It's only for as long as those conditions remain true will the result or happiness be with you. So, at any moment, I think you can complete the sentence. At any moment, any one of those conditions turn false. What happens then? See, think about this. Take one of those examples. Smelling a flower, your jasmine. Numerous conditions have to line up in order for you to be able to smell that flower, but only one condition have to turn false for you to no longer be able to smell that flower. You had to get yourself up, you had to get yourself to your garden, pick up a flower between your fingers, bring it to your nose and inhale. I'm not even going into the detail of all the things that have to happen inside your body. I'm not even going to talk about the physiology that needs to take place for you to be able to sense the smell of that flower. How your olfactory nerve has to be excited and how your brain has to be able to pick up those signals and interpret them. All of these things have to happen as well. I'm not even going to go down to that level. But think about how many different conditions have to turn true for you to be able to smell that flower, and if it is in inhaling and experiencing that sense, experiencing that fragrance, that you achieve happiness, what if any one of those conditions turn false? Do you have to have multiple conditions turn false for you to be unable to smell that flower? You don't need multiple conditions to turn false. If your fingers didn't work and you weren't able to pick up that flower and bring it to your nostrils, that is just as bad as not being able to find a flower, which is just as bad as not being able to get yourself up, which is just as bad if you weren't able to inhale, or if your nerve system did not work. Which is just as bad if jasmine was out of season. But of course, science is very advanced in today's day and age, science and technology, and what science and technology are striving to do is to keep all those conditions tidied and in line, to be able to allow you, help you and support you gain that experience whenever you feel the need for it. So science will make sure, or at least try to make sure, that jasmines are always in season. So even if you don't have them in your backyard, you'll be able to find them at a florist, maybe at the supermarket. If you can't get yourself out of bed, perhaps you can order some flowers and they'll send it to you right to your doorstep. These are all gifts of science and technology. If you can't get yourself up and get yourself to your garden, then you can go to your doctor and seek medical advice and treatment, and they may be able to fix you up. See, again, gifts of science and technology. But what is science and technology always striving to do in each of these situations? It's trying to fix you up. In other words, bring those conditions in line. Science is an effort to make all those conditions true once again so that you can achieve conditional happiness. But for how long? When you fix one thing, the other thing breaks. When you fix that, another thing breaks. Hasn't life taught you that lesson by now? Conditional happiness. The happiness that we have always sought in our lives has been conditional. We have learned to become content with a conditional happiness because we have not known of any other. We have not seen another way. No one has shown us another path. As I said, wherever we looked, whatever we learned, every book we read, every man, woman, or child that we observed, every friend that came and gave us friendly advice, our parents, our teachers, every course you took, everything you've learned in life is how to achieve conditional happiness. It may be that today is the first time in your life you have stopped to consider the fundamental problem with conditional happiness. For as long as happiness remains conditional, you will forever have to be in pursuit of it. You will forever have to take effort, activity, and endeavor to achieve that happiness. But what if, just what if there was such a thing, happiness that was unconditional, happiness that was not dependent on external factors, happiness that does not depend on you being able to pick up a flower, bring it to your nose, inhale, pick up a slice of pizza, bring it to your mouth, open it, bite it, chew it, swallow it. What if? What if there was a happiness that did not require you to travel the world, go to places, sightseeing, bird watching? What if you could just be happy without all these things?